like you lost another one.
What's up, guys? Keyshawn and Che here, and this is part 3. You could say part 3, or part 3 of what if you could say Deku was the son of SCP 1903 slash Janet Secret. Now, pretty much where we last left off, pretty much you could say Deku and Hex, Deku's sister, have pretty much passed the test with all the other students except for Mineta. He pretty much fails it, and now we're about to get to the next part. Oh, and if you want to get a recap of like if Deku smashed or passed, no, Deku pretty much smashed, and his sister too, with Toga, and Deku smashed all from his daughter, pretty much death. Now, Deku pretty much is Deku and Hex pretty much in the wrestling class pretty much is in the next classroom waiting for the teacher to come, which Deku is pretty much talking to Bakugo, which Bakugo is pretty much saying, "Stop talking to me, you nerd," which Deku is laughing crazy and saying, "Well, who got in your panties and made you mad?" Which Bakugo is getting angry. But this is where Bakugo kind of says, "Well, what happened to your eye, nerd? Why do you wear that eye patch?" Which is where Deku pretty much stops laughing and says, "So, you want to know what happened to my eye?" Which Bakugo starts sweating, you could say furiously, and saying, "No, it's okay, Abi. I'm sorry for saying that." Which Deku says, No, it's okay. I'm going to tell you what happened to pretty much my eye, you could say. Now, what happened is pretty much I got captured, you could say by a love interest, or you could say by a love interest, and she pretty much experimented on me. She took away my eye, and she pretty much injected me with something that I don't know of. But she pretty much takes off his eye patch. It shows his, empty eye socket that is pretty much just hollow, you could say, or not hollow, but it shows a little light dot that is like a white orb, you could say, like kind of like a light thing, which Bakugo freaks out and screams and fall back, which Deku puts back on his eye patch and starts laughing, saying, "No, Kansha, you didn't have to be afraid of what you saw. It's just," which Bakugo says, "Shut up, you damn freak." This is where Hex says, which Hex says, "Come on, brother, don't, stop scaring Bakugo. We have to wait for the teacher to come." This is where All Might comes in and says, "I am here," which everybody's saying, "Oh my god, All Might," and stuff. This is where Deku and Hex says, "Hey, All Might," which All Might says, "It's Yatu." But he pretty much says hi to Hex more, saying, "Hello, Hex," which Hex is, well, I'm going to tell you the secret. She pretty much got the one-for-all quirk. How did she get the one-for-all quirk? Well, pretty much after, you could say, Toga and Hex was pretty much going out on a date and pretty much talking to each other and having a laugh. This is where a villain came out of nowhere and pretty much charged with a knife. And he was going to pretty much trying to stab Toga. This is where Hex comes in, and you could say she has a blight quirk, but instead of being blight quirk, where it's a different blight quirk, which it's called bleeding zen or bleeding happiness. Now, pretty much Hex pretty much stopped the villain in his tracks and well, in her tracks. Sorry, in her tracks. Mm. Yeah, the villain was a her, pretty much in her tracks, and Hex pretty much made her about fall down and saying, "Now, why are you trying to attack my girlfriend?" Which this is where All Might comes in, and Toga pretty much hides because she doesn't want All Might to see her because she's a part of the League of Villains. She just joined the League of Villains. She got early joining and acclaim, you could say. The other guy too. Now, All Might saying, "Wow, that's some good work." Which this is where All Might offers her to pretty much become the next successor. Which Hex says, "Okay, All Might. If only, if only I can pretty much tell my brother." Which All Might says, "You can tell him when the time has come." Now, pretty much, he gives her the quirk, and she becomes the new successor of One for All. Now, pretty much Toga is gone before Hex was trying to introduce her to him. And, she's pretty much gone. Now, All Might start training Hex in a couple a couple weeks before the entrance exam. So that's how you could say she got One for All. Now we're going to switch back, and pretty much All Might is explaining the whole hero versus villains and who's going to be on the heroes team and who's going to be on the villains team. Now, pretty much the teams are going to be a little different since Banana's not there. So Warrock is going to be on the place where not Banana, but Banana was supposed to be on, and she takes that place. Now Hex and Deku is going to be together. Now, pretty much, it's their turn, and they're on the heroes team. Now, Deku is pretty much talking to Hex and pretty much asking Hex like why Hex was really buddy with All Might, which Hex explains to him that she became the successor for his successor for the One for All quirk because he was really injured and stuff, and she's spilling the whole beans to her twin brother, which Deku says, "Huh, I didn't know he had an injured wound. Huh, oh well, I guess we just since you have his quirk, you want to try it out on this one?" Which she smiles and says, "Yes, let's try it out." Now, Deku already explains the whole plan, and he says, "You ready, sister?" Which she says yes. Now she does pretty much a bunny jump and hops over the building, pretty much being on top of the roof, which everybody's amazed me like, wow, she got really jumps. And this is where Deku goes in the building, pretty much clapping his hands and being like, This is where Bakugo comes in saying, "Deku," and pretty much laying out big explosions and stuff. And this is where he kicks Deku in the face and does an explosion. And I'm gonna tell you what Deku Hero's outfit looked like. He wears a suit and he wears a mask, and it's like a bunny mask, like a rabbit mask, kind of like his mom's mask. But yeah, it's kind of like his mom's mask. So it's like that, but instead of with the teeth and stuff, it's just like a kind of like a smiling rabbit mask, you could say, but not with teeth and stuff. Now, his sister's hero outfit is pretty much it's like not as a suit, but kind of as a school uniform, but it has like the white, like it's like a school uniform, but she wears like boots, and she also wears a mask too, but it's like a white rabbit's mask. Deku wears a black mask. Well, he wears a white mask, but it has a black smile on it. but not with the teeth and stuff. It's just a smile, like a smile. And he also have his two like holes, two black holes, but one shows the glowing white eye that Deku pretty much doesn't have no more. And his sister has pretty much the same mask, but instead of like, yeah, you could say white. Well, black, because she likes the color black, and Deku likes the color of black and white, but he likes the color white. Now, and yeah, they have the buddy ears, which Deku has a beneficent quirk. So, well, he was a beneficent baby, so he kind of has the black ears, but a white mask. And his sister wears the white ears, but wears a black mask, with a white smile, and host. Now, pretty much Deku is clapping his hands, pretty much singing and stuff, which everybody's getting like bad vibes of like what he's going to do. Like they're getting terrified. They don't know what Deku's going to do. Like they think he's going to do the worst or like do something very villain or a crazy act. Which Bakugo comes in and throws in a massive explosion at Deku face and kicking it. Which this is where Deku pretty much blocked in and says, "Why do you keep doing the same attack every time, Deku? Like, do something new." Kashan, which he grabs pretty much I said Deku, sorry. Pretty much Bakugo's leg and slams him in the wall, pretty much breaking the wall. And Bakugo's, coughing a little blood saying which this is where pretty much Deku skips backwards 2 times and says, "Are you ready, Kashan? It's time for us to fight." Which this is where Sorry about that. This is where Bakugo, gets much angrier, and he kind of like evolves his quirk to like instead of like throwing explosions in his hand, he can throw explosions at other parts too. And he pretty much doesn't grabs Deku's head and knees it with his elbow. I mean with his knee and blows and does an explosion on his knee, which Deku half of his mask is pretty much broken. Which Deku says, "Ah, damn it, Kashan. I'm mad. I'm not mad at you, but I'm mad at the goddamn guy who made my mask. I thought he said this mask wouldn't break." Which Deku's getting very angry and stuff. Which Baku saying, "Shut up, you freak." Which Deku I like his eye that he wears an eye patch with. Pretty much, he looks at Bakugo with it, and Bakugo pretty much is getting paralyzed, and Deku pretty much blitzes him and punch him in his stomach, sending him flying into a wall and pretty much break like his ribs, a couple of his ribs, and he's coughing up blood, saying, "Why can't I defeat you?" Which this is where Deku's saying, "It's because you're so obvious to read. Like I can read your movements, and you're not doing like anything new that can make it quite like unpredictable, you could say." Now, this is where Bakugo says, "Alright, since I'm being quite predictable, how about this?" And he pretty much pulls out both of his massive grenades and let out a big explosion. That pretty much hit Deku. Like hit Deku like all in the face and body and stuff. Which Deku is pretty much is getting out, which his mask is completely broken and he's smiling. Like smiling benignly. He's making that big smile. Like you see that smile right there? Like his mom have on that mask, you could say. Yeah, it's like a smile like that. And his grin is pretty much showing. And his one eye that has the white glue like glare, you could say, it's pretty much showing, and his whole face showing. He's saying, "Wow, now that was unexpected. That was really quite unpredictable." Which this is where Bakugo says, "Shut up, you're done now," and he's pretty much throwing massive explosions. And this is why Deku pretty much blitzes and jumping on walls and running on the walls and stuff. And he pretty much appears on Bakugo right in his face to face each other. He says, "You see, you did something unpredictable, and now you're being predictable again. And pretty much did do like a barrage of punches on Bakugo's body, pretty much shattering all his bones, which Bakugo knees down, pretty much coughing up blood, saying, and Deku pretty much grabs his throat. It pretty much smacks his face and then uppercuts him up in the wall, sending him flying up 3 stories up. Which this is where Hex is pretty much is by the bomb, and she's pretty much fighting Toroki, Toroki, Toroki or Torosuki. Yeah, I'm gonna get crucified, but pretty much she's fighting him, the boy with the engine cord, and he's pretty much using his speed to trying to kick her and stuff, and which she's pretty much dodging and saying, "I'm not gonna use my quirk because my quirk is kind of unfair, and I can pretty much defeat you." Which he says, "What, you think I'm not strong enough?" And this is where she said, "Alright, you asked for it. The short smash!" And pretty much use her 1%. Because she can use she can use 100% to pretty much kill him, but she's using like 1% and sends him flying out the window. And he's pretty much saying, "Ah!" This is where she touched the bomb and hurry up. Well, you could say use quick speed. Or you could say use full crowning because she practiced by herself. She didn't need no one else to learn the full crowning. She learns it by herself. And she pretty much makes it out the window and pretty much catches him. And pretty much lands him down saying, "Are you okay? I'm sorry for using that much power on you." Which he's pretty much blushing and saying, "Yeah, I'm okay, thank you." This is where Deku is pretty much still beating up Bakugo even when the thing is over. And he's pretty much kicking him by the side saying, "Do you surrender, Bakugo?" Which Bakugo is saying, "Fuck no, you damn weirdo." Which uh, Deku kicks him again, sending him flying into another wall, to another side. And Deku is pretty much saying, "Do you give up, Hashan? Because there's a time to give up and there's a time to keep fighting. Do you give up?" Which Bakugo is pretty much saying, "I don't give up." And he's pretty much do a yo-yo kick spin and hits Deku in the face, do an explosion. Which Deku gets sent flying into the into the wall. And Deku pretty much gets up saying, "You know, this is why I really enjoy you to be. This is why I'm really glad you're my best friend. Because you keep fighting and fighting and never give up." And he keeps. And this is where Deku leaps at Bakugo. And Bakugo is pretty much grabs Deku and pretty much knees him in the stomach, doing an explosion, sending him flying again. And Deku's pretty much, evolving. You could say evolving, like his mom, with the claws and stuff. And his whole hand start turning black. And his feet start showing and it turns black and sharp. And this is where he forms a mask. He starts forming a mask. And he does, and Bakugo's saying, "What the hell? Where are you?" This is where Deku puts his hand, well, pretty much blitzes Bakugo, grabs his throat, and pretty much puts his hand on his mouth. Well, on his mouth. And he does a shh, quiet now. And slams Bakugo down to the ground, pretty much knocking him out. This is where Deku untransformed and pretty much says, "I almost killed him. Thank God I controlled myself at the last minute." And this is where All Might says, "What the hell was that?" And pretty much is like, everybody else is, terrified of Deku after what they just saw. And Deku is saying, "Alright, I know y'all terrifying, asking me what the hell am I and stuff. I am not, well, I could say I'm human or not. Depends on the situation, but I have a good reason why I was fighting him like that. It's because I was helping him unlock his full potential when involved. Because before, he was mad at me and stuff, and really mad. He told me that he wanted to evolve his quirk when he was a kid to make it much stronger, and I helped him do that." Which everybody is just, making that face of, and just saying, "Really? But you had to go this measure to hurt him?" Which Deku is pretty much, scratching his head saying, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Can someone hand me my eye patch?" Which Hex pretty much says, "Here you go, brother." And Deku pretty much puts it on saying, "Alright, let's go eat then." Which Hex and Deku goes and eat. And everybody else is making that face and saying, "Okay." Now, Deku and Hex is pretty much is at lunch eating some food, and this is where Deku gets a phone call from, you could say, his girlfriend, All For One's daughter, and he's pretty much saying, oh hey babe," which she's saying, "Oh hey, I want you to I want to come meet you later on to have a conversation with you to show you a gift." Which Deku smiles and says, "All right, I'll come see you later." Which this is where Hex says, "Oh, that's cool. Well, she's gonna be coming to the house." Which Hex says, "Oh, so she's coming to the house. Can I bring uh can I bring my girlfriend over?" Which um Deku says, "Well, it's not really my house. I didn't buy it. It's really dad's and mom's house." Which they're not here right now, so sure, I guess. Which Hex and Deku laughs at each other. You know, corny jokes. Now, Deku and Hex heads home, and this is where Death knocks on the door, or you could say she knocks on the door, All For One's daughter, and he's saying, "Oh hey babe, you're here," and who's that right there behind you? This is where you guessed it, a clone of Deku, or you could say little Deku, pretty much is saying, "Mom, is this Dad?" Which she says, "Yes, this is your dad." Which he runs in, which the little Deku, you could say clone Deku, pretty much splits and jumps on him and saying, "Oh wow, you're dad. You're my dad. You're my dad." Which Deku's saying, "All right, calm down, gee," like pretty much laughing pretty novelly and just saying, "Calm down, little one." Which little Deku, or you could say clone Deku, pretty much is very happy and stuff, saying, "Wow, so I do have a dad and mom. I thought mom was lying, but wow." Which Deku pretty much looks at pretty much the eye, pretty much look at the two separate eyes, and that one eye is his and the other eye is hers, and he's saying, so this is so you actually admit that was true. You actually gonna create like a little me. But she laughs and says, "Yeah, you're just too resistible. I kept missing you a lot, so I kind of made a little you." Which Deku says, little bit, but okay." This is where Hex sees little Deku, says, "Oh, so this must be your son." In which Deku laughs and says, "You could say that." And he says, "So this is my auntie?" Which the Deku says. Now, they're all sitting in, Hex is playing with little Deku, and Def is pretty much saying that she's going to be doing a job soon. And yeah, that she's going to be doing a job soon, and she's going to be pretty much going to be doing something quite serious. So that did not call her for a while, and Deku saying, "Oh, okay, babe, just call me when you're done, or text me when you're done." Which she says, "Okay." This is where pretty much Toga comes in, and Hex saying, "Oh, hey, babe," which they pretty much kiss each other in the most intense, you could say. And Deku pretty much says hey to her, and Toga says hey, pretty much smiling and says, "Oh, look like you met your son." Which Hex says, "Oh, you know about it?" Which Toga says, "Yeah." This is where they all have the meal and stuff, and little Deku pretty much with off of Death, and he says, "Bye, Dad. I see you tomorrow, or I see you whatever." Because which Deku says, "All right, see you, son." This is where Hex will pretty much uh, punch Deku in his stomach a little bit. Well, not hurting his stomach, but punching him in the stomach, saying, "You better take care of that boy." Which Deku says, He's a clone of me. But okay. Now the next day, this is the USJ attack, you could say, and everybody's dressed in pretty much is you could say is pretty much is like there on the bus talking to each other and stuff. And this is where Hex and Deku was pretty much chilling and falling asleep on the bus and pretty much asleep. This is where Uraka is pointing at pretty much tapping Hex and saying hi to Hex, and Uraka is trying to make a conversation with you could say with Hex, and trying to talk to her and stuff, and you could say get her attention because after the whole sex and all that. No, after the whole talk and kissing and ass grabbing. Now Hex and Uraka talk to each other, and she's trying to get understand Hex more and stuff because like I said, she has a liking to her and all that. Now this is where they arrive to the destination. Deku wakes up saying, "Oh man, this is too tired." Which everybody's laughing, saying, "Have you had your Sleeping Beauty?" Which he says, "Well, I quite did. Thank you very much." Which everybody else is just laughing off, including Baku a little bit. Now, this is where you guessed it. They all head in the building and stuff, and this is where the villain comes in and pretty much hurt one of the teachers, of which I forgot the teacher name, and Deku tells Toroki, if I'm correct, but pretty much to head to get going, to run and go get All Might. Now he runs to go get All Might, while everybody else get teleported away. Now Hex is pretty much with Deku because, like I said, Mineta, and they pretty much get with Froppy. Now, pretty much the villains is trapping Deku under the water, and the villains are saying, "If y'all come down here, y'all can't escape because if y'all come, sorry, if y'all come, y'all pretty much gonna die." This is where Deku, smiles and says, "I was about to say the same thing. If y'all come up here, y'all gonna die." Which the villain said, "What?" And Deku pretty much jumps down in the water, and Floppy you could say her. It's pretty much saying, "Wait, why would he jump in the water? Like it's not safe." Which this is where Hex says, "Oh, trust me, he'd be fine." And this is where Floppy looks down, and it's a pool of blood. Like the whole water turned into blood. And Deku pretty much gets out the water. And he's pretty much is, cleaning out his hair, shaking out his hair, saying, that was easy." This is where he tells Hex to grab Froppy and to jump over, which Hex grabs her and, jumps over the thing. This is where Deku pretty much, asks if she's alright, patting her head, and she's pretty much blushing a little and says, "Yeah, I'm alright." Now, Deku tells her to pretty much go find the rest of them and go help them out, which she does. Deku and Hex pretty much comes together and go see what's going on, and sees that Bakugo is pretty much getting beat up right now by Nomu, and you could say Shigaraki. Yeah, I think Shigaraki with the mask is pretty much there. Is pretty much having Uraka, and he pretty much damaged her hand by, using the acid. Not the acid thing, but the cremation thing. And, she's pretty much screaming in pain, And this is where she gets mad and grunts her teeth and saying, "That's my classmate." And pretty much, blitzes him and knees him in the face, sending him flying into the wall. This is where the Nomu, turns around and looks and says, "Huh?" And this is where he says, "Kill them all." And Nomu looks at Deku, and Deku says, "Hello." Oh, sorry. And says, "Hello." And pretty much, and pretty much stands still while the Nomu, charges and punches him in the face. Deku pretty much doesn't flinch on this because, like I said, he has the all for one quirk, but advanced version. So anyone who's right by him, he gets all their quirks. So he pretty much got the Nomu quirk, and also, like I said, already Razorhead quirk, and he cancel out the Nomu's quirk. So it doesn't do nothing, and he pretty much leaps up top and grabs Nobu, breaks the glass and grabs Nobu brain and rips it out. And this is where he eats half of it. He pretty much eats the brain and starts, you could say, gaining all the memories. Because we're gonna say if it was a quirk where a guy eats someone's brain, he gets all the memories and stuff. And he pretty much gets all the memories of Nobu. And he starts seeing the memory. He sees the memory of his girlfriend, and you could say Toga, and there pretty much is here at the place which Deku is saying. So they're a part of this too. Well, I can't let my sister know that her girlfriend is here doing this attack. She's gonna be very pissed. This is where pretty much the Nomu is already dead, but this is where you could say Todoroki is itching his neck saying, "This is no fair, cheating," and this is where you could say the guy is pretty much saying we got to get out of here and about to he's teleporting all the important people away, including Todoroki, and pretty much teleport him away before Hex can kill him. You could say she pretty much pierces the wall, but he got out of it just in time before he bites the dust. Now he's pretty much itching his neck saying, "This is no fair," and the other guy's pretty much telling him to calm down. I forgot his name. Pretty much telling him to calm down. We'll get him next time. Now All Might comes in saying what happened and stuff, and Deku is pretty much healing people and stuff, and saying, "Oh, All Might, you kind of made it late, but I already handled the Nomu. He's dead over there." Well, All Might asking how did the Nomu die, which Deku pretty much says, "Well, I kind of canceled out his quirk and I ripped out his brain and ate to see what memories what really happened, and it was all a planned attack." Which there's a traitor here, but I don't know what the traitor is, but there was a traitor here, which All Might says, "Good job, but this don't kill it next time. Don't kill any villain." Which Deku says, "Oh, that thing wasn't a villain. That thing wasn't even human. He was a creature." Which All Might says, "Oh, okay." Now everybody heads home, and Deku's pretty much sitting down, contemplating and thinking that how can his, you could say, girlfriend or young dairy. He's saying, how come my young dairy girlfriend can be such the cause that attack to happen? She could have killed a lot of people there. This is where she comes and knocks on the door saying, "Hey babe, I'm sorry that I'm at your house late, but there was a thing," which Deku brings her in and pretty much hugs her and whispers in her ear saying, "I know everything what just happened. You planned that attack with him, did you?" Which she's saying, "I don't know what you're talking about." Which Deku pretty much says, "Don't lie to me. I know you and Togi was there at the attacking attacking some students. But I'm not going to tell my sister. I'm going to let it slide, but please, don't try to attack again, or it can be the end of you." Which she's laughing, saying, "You're going to end me?" Which Deku laughs and says, "Ha, me? No, I'm not going to kill you. I love you too much. And my sister, she's not going to kill her girlfriend Toga. But the heroes might. They might even do worse. If I think. Which Death says, "I take your wording." I mean, she pretty much, says, "I'm going to leave little Deku here. I have to do more work." Which Deku says, "Alright." And little Deku says, "Yay, I'm with Dad now." Which Deku smiles and says, "Yeah, of course you are." Now this is part 3, I think, or part 3 of what if you could say, what if Deku was the son of SCP 1903. If you like, you know what to do. But I'm Keisha Chia. Thanks for watching and peace out.